Hi, I'm Rob and this is Gems of War, and in this video I'm showing a pretty cool Fountain of Stars team I made. Upon first glance I thought this was going to be a pretty hard mythic to make a team for because its spell is kind of a bit weird. And it's weird because the mythic itself uses red, blue and yellow, but its spell is to convert green to purple and brown to skulls. So everything it does in its spell is the exact opposite of the colours we actually want. So this mythic cannot generate its own mana really unless you get a really lucky cascade. It's relying for a second cast on everybody else charging the mana for it. The spell itself is actually quite good, but most of the time you're only going to want to cast it when you can guarantee a 4 match on skulls, because with that convert 5 green gems to purple potions, you cannot guarantee that that's going to work out, and you do not want to set the other team up in a big way. So generally I'm only going to cast that when we can get a 4 match on browns to skulls. The third trait is pretty good, 15% chance to bless all allies when my turn starts. But there is a way to get this mythic to work in a team, and it's basically going to be a fountain of skulls, not stars, because we have 2 other troops here which generate skulls. Starting with Orderfather, he transforms red gems to purple and yellow to skulls, and has a summon, which is quite handy. And that third trait is superb, entangle a random enemy when matching purple, which we're going to be doing all the time. And that is an important thing. We want the other team to be entangled. We want to be able to cast like crazy with skulls, knowing we cannot be bashed ourselves. Keeper of Souls transforms all gems of a chosen colour to skulls, which is really handy. And the troops are, I mean, their traits are good, but they're not important. It's that spell which is really cool. And the reason is, between Essence of Evil, Fountain of Stars and Keeper of Souls, we're using all 6 colours straight away. So when we explode Essence of Evil, we gain all the benefit from all the colours that we get, as well as putting all those negative status effects on an enemy. Generally, we want the first and second enemies to be entangled all the time. This makes it safe to cast our skull generators, knowing that if anything goes wrong later on, we can't really set them up, because when you're entangled, you do not do any skull damage. Right, on to the banners. I've gone for +2 green. We want Essence of Evil charged up nice and fast, and any overflow on green will go to Orderfather, so that's good. And on the class, I've gone for Warden. And the main reason is because we start with Root Trap, which we get a free entangle off the bat, so we can cast away on skulls if we get a nice start without any retaliation whatsoever. If they don't line up, or we set them up for a 3 hit afterwards or something like that, it's not a big deal. And we want a Leaf Storm as well. Now this is actually really important, because I'll just go back to the troops quickly. The Fountain of Stars, as we see, converts 5 green gems to purple potions. Now with the Leaf Storm and this spell combined, that means you're going to get a huge mixture of green and purple. So when Keeper of Souls is charged, which he will be charged when Fountain of Stars casts, the chances of not finding a single gem which is going to turn into a 4 match of skulls or more is absolutely remote, and we're going to have an absolute ton of skulls to just wreck the opposition with. And the fact that they'll be entangled because of that third trait and Essence of Evil makes this a pretty effective team. So let's give it a go. We'll start off with getting Essence of Evil charged nice and fast, but obviously grab any available 4 matches that are there first. Grab that like that, so we get both of those at the same time. Again, even without even doing anything, we've got the first 2 people entangled already, which is really good. And I should have had a look around actually, because Fountain of Stars is ready to go already. So we'll be looking for brown to skulls if we can. And if it's not there, then we look for our second benefit, which is off of Orderfather. Red gems to purple and yellow to skulls. Again, a 3 match. This is safer to do than this one, because even though we can get a 3 match on the skulls there, you don't want to put those potions on the board and maybe set up the opposition. So this one is a safer one if we wanted to cast something, because the first troops are entangled, so we are going to get some free skull damage. So red to purple, yellow to skulls. Going to get a few skull hits there. But I would rather put Essence of Evil on the Alguai for now, because he is a super dangerous opponent. And we've mixed the board up a little bit. And if it goes in our favour, then we would want to cast one of our skull matching crew. Right, let's take a look around, see if we've got any fours to skulls. That's purple. Not seeing anything, may not be anything there just yet. Red, I always forget this one because I don't use it a lot. It's like I've got to store it in my brain. Red to purple, yellow to skulls. Right, so nothing there. Unless I'm missing something, I'm not seeing anything there just yet. But there is a fair amount of blue, so I'm going to cast that on blue because I've got a funny feeling that's going to work out good in the long run. And now we've got quite a lot of yellow there, so have we got yellow to skulls? I'm going to think that's going to do a little bit of cascading, which it did. Yeah, it's just working out good. So every time we get like these 4 matches or just a random drop, we're getting an extra entangle and we're creating colours on the board, which is the colours that we want. With all these skulls, it's like you can't not get random hits all the time. And we've now got Keeper of Souls charged up, so we can do that on green. And now Fountain of Stars can go on brown. Grab any 4 matches. Yeah, and it's made short work of this opposition while keeping them all entangled at the same time. So that's worked out pretty good, and it's quite quick as well. It's not like it's been a lot of turns. Can do the 4 match on Keeper of Souls on yellow. Now, have we got any brown? Nope. No brown to skulls. So, with them entangled, and she's only 2 away from being charged anyway, I'm going to risk casting that and just see what happens. And we did get an extra turn. And we're going to create an absolute ton of skulls now. Yeah, and that made extremely short work of a reasonably dangerous team. But I'll just do it again to see what happens. But overall I'm quite satisfied with this team. It works out pretty good. I would like a cleanse in it somewhere, to be honest. Because if my first ally there, the Essence of Evil, gets entangled, it can slow it right down to a crawl, because it makes it hard then to actually, because the whole team is basically relying on skull damage. So I would like a cleanse in it somewhere, but the trouble is all 4 troops work together so well, and that's when a team is a good team, when everybody just works as a team, and every single one of them is pretty essential to make it work. Now let's see what we can do. There's a lovely cascade. Now let's get some Keeper of Souls going. Or should I do Order Father? Now, important actually, when you get something like this, yellow to skulls, you've got Order Father or Keeper of Souls, generally go for Order Father first, because obviously that is relying on yellow to skulls, where Keeper of Souls can transform anything, so it makes a lot more sense to cast Order Father in that situation. Now we've got brown to skulls on our Fountain of Stars. I was going to take that, but there's no real reason to. Well, there is actually, because I want to get more entangles, but I don't want to mess that up. I don't want to cascade to mess that up, but it shouldn't do, so I'll take that. Entangled one of the same people again, but never mind. Now we'll do our Fountain of Stars. Just created so many purple, it's ridiculous. Now we've got all those purple there. We're looking for a 4 match somewhere on skulls for Keeper of Souls, and that will do nicely. We can do that because I'll get Keeper of Souls charged up again. Now look for red to yellow first on skulls, and if that's not there, then we go to Keeper of Souls. Nothing there, so we'll do some more entangling and just stop the whole team in their tracks. Don't always grab that sort of thing automatically again, because that's the sort of thing we need for Keeper of Souls to create tons of skulls. May as well grab that. Now, have we got brown? Yeah, we've got brown on Fountain Stars. Now we've got yellow on Alderfather. So, yeah, you see how it works. It's not a Fountain of Stars at all, it's a Fountain of Skull and Misery for the other team, which is exactly what we like. Not going to take that, I don't think. There's no need. I'll just look around for a juicy 4 match, Skull match. And that is devastation for the other team. So that works really well. I'm happy with that. It's a decent team. Skull devastation for the other team. And a couple of easy wins there. So you can see how it works. It's a decent team and I like it. If you found the video useful or helpful, please consider hitting the like and subscribe button because it really does help. But most of all, thanks for watching. See you again next time. Bye for now.